everyone! Oh my goodness. This is Gall. He's our new ferret. Now we have 2 ferrets. Get hyped. I'm making bad choices tonight. I just got home from work. I just finished walking the dog. It's super fucking cold outside. It's Halloween right now, and there's snow on the ground that's sticking, and I'm very upset about it. Because I know I live in Wisconsin and snow on Halloween isn't that weird, but for it to stick like this, like it's proper winter outside, no fam, no, not on board with it, not on board. Kenchu is very much here. She's like, ooh, are we being salty, Mom? I will join you. So I'm making bad choices in that I could just spend my evening editing up one of the nice videos that I already have made for you guys to put up tomorrow, today for you, now, Friday. You're watching this on Friday, presumably. But instead, I'm gonna film a whole ass new one and then edit it. I do have tea, no one panic. I have tea and a very rambunctious cat. I'm gonna talk about 2 things, kind of in tandem with each other, a project that I've been working on, and also NaNoWriMo, and what I'm doing with NaNoWriMo, if anything. Side note, patrons got to hear most of this information already, and they got to hear it early, and they also got to meet Gall before you guys did, the ferret I just had. They met him already. So if you want to be up on all of the latest news and you don't want to miss anything, consider becoming my patron for as little as $1 a month. Why won't you just lay in my lap like a normal cat, would you? She doesn't know how to be normal. So I don't know whether to start with the NaNoWriMo topic or start with what project I've been working on. I guess I'll start with NaNoWriMo and maybe segue into what project I've been working on. Maybe I should do it the other way around so everybody watches to the end of this video. I don't know. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I've been talking about a secret project that I've been working on for a while. I'm not that good at keeping it secret because I like to share things about what I'm writing, but I'm like 1 chapter away from finishing it, so I think it's okay for me to not keep it a secret any longer, finishing the first draft. Anyway, but NaNoWriMo. Let's talk about NaNoWriMo first. Speaking of Twitter, NaNoWriMo is real big on author Twitter right now. Like, everybody's doing Preptober, everybody's planning their projects. AuthorTube is blowing up with it, and you know, in general, I like it. I love that kind of thing. I like people talking about their projects and their plans and what are they doing, and I love hearing that people are actively writing, because that's what we do, right? But the other side of it is that there is a lot of pressure and expectation for all of us authors to participate in NaNoWriMo. And I've had a few people ask me if I am doing it this year, or flat out tell me that I should. Pushy much? I kid, I don't mind, I don't care. I did NaNoWriMo last year. It was my first year doing it, and I won. I did have a job last year where I could be a little sneakier and sneak in, like, words during the day. The animals are going crazy around here, it's fine. The dog is also chewing on a bone right next to me, and she's throwing it around. Animal noises. I was able to sneak in a lot of words while I was at work, so I didn't have to do as many when I got off of work. But I did win NaNoWriMo, and I have not done anything with that story after that. In fact, it was one of my least favorite that I've done so far. And it's just like, I think it's just because I did it too fast, and as a pantser, I need to go slow enough that I can keep my ideas flowing properly. Does that make sense? Because I'm plotting it as I go, so I need to be able to go slow enough that I don't get ahead of my own ideas. Does that make any sense? I don't know. So I'm not in love with that book. I'm not saying I'm going to trash it. I'm going to go back and edit it sometime. There's still things about it that I do like, but overall, it's one of my least favorite things that I've done. So while I succeeded at NaNoWriMo, and I did get a rush out of watching that little bar go up as I added more words every day, at the same time, I don't feel like it helped me personally at all. And I've done, a few years back, I did a video about why I don't participate in NaNoWriMo. You can go watch it if you want. It's older, but most of my sentiments are still true. And now that I have tried it, I still feel pretty much the same. And I know, like, there's a weird stigma about NaNoWriMo. It feels like, as somebody who doesn't want to do it, that there's so much pressure on authors. It's almost like you're being pressured to do drugs. Like, hey man, you do a NaNoWriMo? You should do NaNoWriMo. Let's all do NaNoWriMo together. It's a bad analogy. But you know, the peer pressure is real with NaNoWriMo. And that's like something that I don't love about it. There is this kind of notion that is perpetuated, especially like on Twitter, that you have to do NaNoWriMo. Like, real authors do NaNoWriMo. And nobody means to be this way, I don't think. Nobody means to sit down and shame people who aren't doing NaNoWriMo. It's just sort of implicit in the fact that everybody's so hyped about it and telling each other to do it. And it's like, are you doing Nano? When are you doing Nano? Let's be friends doing Nano. You should do Nano. There's too much. It's too much, and it can feel like if you're not doing it, that you're not a real author. Real authors do NaNoWriMo. And it's not even that you have to win. Everybody just wants you to participate in it. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to participate, I'm going to fucking win. Because I play video games and that's where my head's at. Play to win, baby. So I'm just not going to play, which is fine. Now, a lot of my friends, I have close friends in my life who do NaNoWriMo, and they like to have it because they can't find excuses in their life to write very often. And so they can use NaNoWriMo to give themselves that excuse to carve out the time that they normally would not be able to find to write. A lot of other stuff ends up getting put by the wayside, like maybe laundry doesn't get done for a whole fucking month, but like it gives them that really good excuse that they need, that extra push that they need. Something external is telling them, write your damn book. And I totally get that. If you're the kind of person who needs that kind of external push, I 100% understand. I'm not, though. It would be more of a challenge for me to stop writing for a month than it is for me to write for a month. That's like where I'm at as a writer. I am always writing something. That's why I have like 3 books waiting to be edited, because I'm so much slower at editing, but I am always writing something. Short stories, novellas, secret projects. And so NaNoWriMo just doesn't make sense for me because I am always writing something. All it does is make me stressed because it wants me to write at a different speed than I normally write at. So it makes me stressed and not in a good way. And so I think that if you are a person who can self-motivate really well, or just like writing itself is such a big motivation all on its own for you that you don't need anything external, then not doing NaNoWriMo I feel like is perfectly acceptable. You don't need that extra stress. You're already there. You're already writing. So yeah, this isn't me saying don't do NaNoWriMo, but I am trying to validate anyone, if there is anyone. I don't think anyone on my Twitter is skipping it except me. I'm here trying to validate anybody who is not going to do NaNoWriMo. You're still an author, you're still valid, you don't have to do it if you don't think it will work for your process. Because every author is different and everybody's process is different. Okay? Hopefully that wasn't too long-winded. The ferrets have gone quiet and that makes me really nervous. I'm going to go check on them and I'll come right back. I found them. They're playing in the bathtub. Don't ask me why, they just really like it in the bathtub, so I leave a towel draped over the side so they can climb in and out. I don't know. Ferrets are weird. Ferrets are weird. Anyway, so I talked about NaNoWriMo. Let's talk about the secret project that I've been working on, finally. Yay! If anybody's still watching this. I have been writing on my lunch break at work, so like half an hour every day, and that's pretty much all that I get. Occasionally I might write on weekends, but I usually don't write or edit on weekends. I usually keep my weekends separate. I don't know why, it's just nice to be able to have a day where I give myself permission to just relax for a hot minute. What am I writing? So, I don't know what it is. It's kind of a romance. It's like a fantasy romance with gore. Sometimes the gore is not too bad, but there's violence. There is fairly graphic violence. Romance with murder. It is the story of Rain. Her name is going to be changed. Rain is just a placeholder name, who is from like this barbaric tribe, and she has been sent to marry the king of the small kingdom called Ged, because the king wants to make an alliance with her tribe, basically so her tribe will stop pillaging, and also so they can come together to fight this supernatural enemy called the Thra. And so she goes and she meets the king and they get married, like the first chapter they get married, but he doesn't like her for various reasons. And so it's kind of a hate to love, but it's really one-sided because like she doesn't really dislike him, at least not at first. She's just kind of like, okay, this is the guy I'm gonna marry for this alliance, cool, cool, cool. Doesn't hurt that he's easy on the eyes, you know what I'm saying? You guys can't see, but I now have 2 cats. Kinshu is here, Jane is here. 2 cats on my lap at the same time. This is my special talent. I can have 2 cats on my lap at the same time. And like the first half of the book is a lot more centered on their romance and the character stuff. And she thinks that she was brought on to be his war queen because they're facing this enemy, the Thra. And then it turns out that he doesn't want anything to do with her. And so she's trying to figure out like, well, what is my job here? Why am I here? Why don't you like me? And she's trying to figure out how to be queen, but she really doesn't have any context for it. And so the first part is just her dealing with him, dealing with the other people in the castle, because, you know me, I gotta have side characters, so she's making friends along the way. And then shit goes down. Oh no, the enemy is here, people are dying, people are losing limbs. Shit, son, we need the war queen kind of a situation. So it's kind of like a book in 2 halves, where it's like romance and then war plus romance, because the romance doesn't stop when we get to the war, but it slows down. And I don't know what this book is. I don't know where to put it, what category to put it in. Because of this, and because it's going to be a novella, it's probably going to end up being something I self-published. I haven't self-published anything in such a long-ass time, and I feel like I want to give my readers something newer, a better example of my writing that they could purchase if they choose to, besides keep telling them to go for Phoenix, which is definitely an older book of mine. I'm still pleased with Phoenix. I still like Phoenix. I'm still proud that I wrote it, but I can do so much better now because, you know, if you're a writer, you presumably don't stop getting better. So I want to have a good example for people to look at my self-published work and see what I'm able to do now. I know I have a Wattpad, but it'd be nice to have a book out there that people could buy if they wanted to, you know, own a copy, physical copy or whatever. Now, it'll be a minute before this gets self-published because there are already some edits I know I need to make, some foreshadowing I need to go and put in because as a pantser, sometimes you don't always get the foreshadowing and you need to go put it in later. Oh my goodness, Gull. He's being very cute. And also, I obviously need to have a beta read and then edit it again, and you guys know how long it takes me to edit, so even though it's a novella, it's gonna be a while. And I would also like to try to research and figure out how to publish it like correctly, how to self-publish a book well. I want to research and try to do that and try to do it properly. And I'm thinking that I might use Patreon money to go towards that as well. I know I've been saving up for a camera, but this camera's working fine, so I might like use Patreon money to go towards self-publishing this book properly, hopefully properly, and maybe a few more people will hear about it. Unlike Phoenix, which, you know, I didn't know how to self-publish properly, and so it just came out to an unfantastic fart of a nothing. Like, I did like a little book signing at my local library, but like 2 people came, and like, you know, there wasn't enough. I needed to do more online stuff, and I didn't really know what I was doing. So, yes, that's what I'm doing. I hope I explained this novella okay. I don't know what it is. It's weird. It's different. I hope some people like it. I hope it's some people's cup of tea, because I know it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Oh, and another way that it's like not like other romances is that I want to do things that are more like what I would like to see in romances. So like sometimes sex is awkward and everybody's not happy and having 8 million orgasms about it without it being assault. It's not assault. Sometimes sex is just awkward. Especially if you're having sex, even if it's consensual, with someone that you don't know very well. Those are my plans. Not doing NaNoWriMo. Almost finished with this new thing. What am I going to do after this new thing? I don't know, but if any of you have been following me on Twitter, some new characters just popped up, and it's killing me because they really want a story, and I'm like, ah, damn, I want to write you one. They are totally... A long time ago, when I was a teenager, I wrote a book called Child of Fire. It was a long-ass, like, giant book. It was, like, my biggest high fantasy I've ever written, and I might go back to it someday. But it had dragons that could transform to look human, and then these 2 characters are like, hey, we're dragons. And I'm like, that's great. Anything else? And they're like, no. I know where in my Child of Fire world they would be, and I even think that I would set the story like in the past of when Child of Fire, the original book, was set. Now that would matter to anybody because nobody's read that book. But I have no idea what the actual story is. And it's killing me, you guys. I hate it when characters come along so strongly and they're like, write us a story, and I'm like, what about? What about? Do any of you guys have that problem where characters just show up and they're like, write me a story, and you're like, what? And they're like, I don't know, it's your problem, lady. Comment below and let me know if that happens. Comment below and let me know if you are not doing NaNoWriMo, because if you don't, I'll assume you are. I hope you guys had an excellent Preptober. I hope the snow goes away. But I'm gonna stop because the camera's running out of battery and I still need to edit this yet tonight. I make bad choices. You guys know that I post new videos here Mondays and Fridays. All the links to my social media are in the doobly-doo. If you want to support me monetarily, you can go check out my Patreon, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get in on all kinds of unseen videos that are not here on the regular channel. Also, if you've seen any of my art and you like the look of it, you want to wear it on your body, I have a Redbubble with lots of art on there that you can check out. You don't have to wear it on your body. They've got fucking shower curtains and stickers and clocks, and you have options. Avi, don't fall off of there, please. I gotta let you guys go so that I can go edit and also maybe save Avi from falling off of the cat tree. Girl, don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Don't fall. Sorry, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Whew. I told you not to fall. You okay? Are you okay? I told you not to fall off the cat tree. I warned you. I warned you. You fell. Yeah? You're fine. You're just like... Alright. Hello, again. It's time for the shout out. It's time to shout out my patrons, Lennox, Amanda, Irene, Jenny, Joseph, Kim, Lisa, Sabby Panda, Sam, Sarah, Savvy, and Scribbling Cat. As usual, I am still astounded that I have so many amazing patrons supporting me. You guys are the best.